Tempe Video is not responsible for any damages caused by these makeups or the materials involved. The producers of this video cassette advise that children under 18 get permission from their parents before following the procedures shown in this videotape. Every Halloween, millions of people flock to various costume shops and dime stores in order to find a perfect costume for Halloween. In this tape, we will show you how to put together your own easy-to-apply makeups at home, giving you the chance to design your own personal Halloween masterpiece. I'm Don Pesic, and I will be your host. Guiding you through the procedures will be veteran makeup effects artist Bill Morrison, whose work can be seen on several television commercials and the feature films The Dead Next Door, Robot Ninja, Skinned Alive, as well as Zombie Cop and Kingdom of the Vampire. To begin with, here are a few pointers. Number one, some people may be allergic to some of the materials we will be using in this tape. You can test this by applying a small amount of makeup to your skin first. If irritation occurs, it's advisable not to risk the full makeup. Number two, keep a clean workspace. Makeup is notoriously messy, so protect any surrounding furniture. And be sure to lay down plenty of old newspapers. Also, keep plenty of paper towels handy. Number three, clean up spills quickly before they have a chance to damage something. Number four, liquid latex will not come out of clothing, carpeting, etc., so you should be especially careful with it. Number five, always wear old clothes or a protective apron when the makeup is being applied. And number six, always take your time in applying these makeups.
Here's what you'll need.
1. Latex rubber to use as an adhesive and for various makeup applications. 2. Nose putty, which is also known as mortician's wax, molding putty, or derma wax. 3. Theatrical makeup and or grease paint in the following colors: red, yellow, green, magenta, black, brown, orange, white, gray, and blue. 4. Tooth enamel for rotten teeth effects. 5. Stage blood. 6. Flexible sealer, which we will be using in our makeups as a base for the nose putty. 7. White or gray colored hairspray to add the finishing touch to some of the makeups. In addition, you will also need these average everyday household items to help you with the applications. 1. Some old sponges. 2. A pack of cotton swabs. 3. A hair dryer. 4. A thin paintbrush. 5. Food coloring. 6. A pair of scissors. 7. A can of regular hairspray. 8. Mousse or styling gel. 9. An old pair of sunglasses.
Let's start off with a simple technique of making a bruise. Bruises require 3 basic colors: yellow, red, and blue.
Step 1. Dab yellow makeup in a circular area on your arm. Step 2. Dab blue makeup over that, being careful to leave an area of yellow around the blue. Blend the blue into the yellow. Step 3. Dab red over that, blending it in with either a dry sponge or your finger. To enhance your makeups, you may use a tooth enamel to give the illusion of every dentist's worst nightmare, rotten teeth. Before you apply the enamel, be sure to thoroughly dry your teeth. After drying your teeth, simply apply the enamel to the surface of your teeth with the short strokes as shown here. Colored hairspray also adds a final touch to many of the makeups you will see here. Colored hairspray should be applied in short bursts with the can tilted at a slight angle and several inches from the subject's hair as shown here. Theatrical makeup is easily removable with soap and water. You may also wish to use cold cream. To remove rubber latex and grease paint, use baby oil. And parents, you may want to supervise the cleanup and make sure that the makeup is being properly removed. Here are the materials you'll need for our first makeup, Pumpkinhead. Orange, black, and white makeup, several sponges, cotton swabs. Step 1. Spread orange makeup around your face, leaving the area around your eyes clean. Be sure to avoid getting any makeup in your hair. Step 2. Mix in a small amount of white makeup to help spread the orange evenly over your face. This technique will also be used in the following makeups, so it's a good one to practice right now. Step 3. Next, draw an outline of the triangular eye socket pattern with the black makeup. Using a brush or cotton swab, and carefully begin to fill it in. Repeat this pattern for your other eye. Step 4. Repeat this same procedure for the pumpkin's nose hole, filling in the triangular pattern with black makeup. Step 5. Outline a pattern around the mouth with black makeup, resembling the characteristic smile of a Halloween pumpkin, and fill this in with black, just as you did with the eye and nose patterns. Be sure to get the lips. Step 6. Begin drawing vertical lines with black makeup and a cotton swab down the contours of your face as shown here. Step 7. Using a dry sponge, carefully blend in a bit of the black into the area around the lines to help create a three-dimensional contoured effect. Lines on the right side of your face should be blended to the right. Repeat this procedure for the left side of your face. Care should be taken not to smear too much of the black makeup into the orange. And that's it. Here's the completed makeup. Here's what you'll need to transform yourself into a fierce, blood-sucking vampire. White, black, and red makeup. Stage blood, sponges and/or cotton swabs. Step 1. Lay down a base of white makeup over your entire face, and as always, be careful to avoid your hair in the process. Step 2. Apply red or magenta makeup around your eye sockets as we show here. Step 3. Apply black makeup under both eyes and smooth this in with a dry sponge or cotton swab to achieve the effect of ghastly hollow eye sockets. Step 4. Using a cotton swab, next apply black makeup in the crease of both nostrils as shown here, keeping it as thin as possible for a shadowing effect. Step 5. Do the same to apply black makeup to each side where your nose meets your eyebrows. This will give you the appearance of an enlarged forehead. Step 6. Apply small bits of black makeup with a dry sponge in the hollows of your cheeks, carefully blending it in so that the cheeks look hollow and sucked in. Step 7. Using a cotton swab with some black makeup on it, dab 2 dots on your neck as shown to simulate a vampire bite. Be sure to smooth out the edges of the makeup, which will help the bites appear raised. Step 8. Use a little stage blood and apply near the corners of your mouth for an unsettling dripping blood effect. Please be careful not to get any of this mixture in your mouth. Don't forget to add some blood to the vampire bite. Step 9. As a final touch, use a sponge and some black makeup on your lips to give them that certain dead look. And there you have the completed makeup. Now, here's what you'll require for the cat makeup. Black, white, and yellow makeup, sponges, thin paintbrush, cotton swabs. Step 1. Apply yellow makeup to your face, starting under your eyes and working down and around your face as shown. Once again, you may want to add a bit of white makeup to help spread the yellow makeup around. Step 2. Using black makeup, apply stripes as we demonstrate here by making downward strokes with a cotton swab or brush, then thin them out with a sponge. Step 3. Repeat with 2 shorter stripes as shown with the first one and thin these strokes down with a sponge as you did before. Finish this with a vertical stripe under the lower lip and up the chin. Step 4. Apply white makeup on your upper lip, under your nose. Step 5. Use black makeup to color your lower lip. Step 6. Continue the cat striping with a stripe that is even with your eyes. Step 7. Using the brush or a cotton swab, you then paint a vertical line down from below the nose to the upper lip, widening it at the bottom and covering the upper lip. Draw a line as we show here to separate the white from the yellow. Complete this by dotting whisker marks in the remaining white area. Step 8. Blacken your nose as we show here using a cotton swab or brush. Step 9. Finally, draw a pair of horizontal lines as you can see here from the nose, and 5 more lines branching up from the nose. Thin these lines out with a sponge using downward strokes. And here's what you end up with. In order to transform yourself into a fierce lizard creature, here are the materials you'll need. Green, black, and yellow makeup. Sponges. Cotton swabs. Step 1. Using a cotton swab or a dry sponge, take yellow makeup and draw 2 vertical lines even with the corners of your mouth down to your chest. Step 2. Completely fill in this outlined area with a yellow makeup. Step 3. Draw a series of horizontal lines about 3/4 of an inch apart using a cotton swab and black makeup from under your lower lip and all the way to your chest. Step 4. As we saw earlier with the pumpkinhead makeup, make downward strokes with a sponge to blend in the black makeup and create a three-dimensional sculptured effect. Step 5. Use some black makeup to accentuate the lines in Step 1 and again use a sponge to thin them out. Step 6. Begin painting the remainder of the face with green makeup, being careful to spread the makeup as evenly as possible. Remember to use white makeup to help make the green makeup spread easier. And don't forget the lips. Step 7. Using a brush or cotton swab, you then paint circles under each eye as we show here using black makeup. You can use the sponge and blend this in for a contoured effect. Step 8. Begin painting another series of vertical lines and then connect them in a spider web fashion to create scales. Repeat this for the other side of your face. Step 9. Draw vertical lines down your nose and continue to make scales. And here's the completed lizard makeup. Here are the necessary materials you'll need to become an updated version of the legendary Frankenstein monster. Gray, black, white, red, and purple makeup. Thread, something to help sculpt the nose putty, such as the blunt end of your thin paintbrush or the edge of your tweezers. A hairdryer, cotton swabs, sponges, a thin paintbrush, latex rubber, flexible sealer, stage blood, and styling gel or mousse. Step 1. Paint flexible sealer on your forehead above the right eye and on your right cheek, and dry it by using your hairdryer. Step 2. Use a flattened piece of nose putty to cover your eyebrow. With your fingers, blend the edges and leave jagged, bumpy pieces on the rest. Carry the putty up above your eye and into the forehead. Repeat this procedure for the second eyebrow. Step 3. Cover the surface area of the putty with rubber latex and dry with a hair dryer. Please be careful not to get any of the latex into your eyes. Step 4. Apply yet more nose putty lumps to the right cheek and above the right eye. These areas will be used to sculpt stitched wounds. Step 5. Next, you cover the new putty covered areas with latex rubber and dry as you did previously. Step 6. Slice a scar in the putty wounds on the right side of the cheek and left eye, as we demonstrate here. Step 7. Paint black makeup into these 3 scars with a cotton swab or the thin paintbrush. Step 8. Then, cut a few small pieces of thread and lay them across the wounds to resemble stitches. This is not a necessary step in the makeup, and you can leave it out if you want to. A few dabs of the latex rubber over the wounds will help the thread stay attached. Step 9. Dab more latex rubber over the wounds and dry them with your hair dryer. Step 10. Begin dabbing on gray makeup, starting with your forehead and working downward to your chin, being sure to cover the previously uncovered putty areas so that they blend in with the rest of the makeup. If you don't have any gray makeup, just mix equal portions of black and white makeup to create your own. Be sure to cover the ears and neck for this makeup. Step 11. After that, apply black makeup into your eye sockets with a sponge, blending the edges so that you create a shadow effect. Step 12. Do the same with the remaining hollows of your face, such as your temples and the hollows of your cheeks, blending them in to make them appear sunken. Step 13. Add black makeup to the corners of your eyes, blending them in to help create the illusion of raised eyebrows. Step 14. Paint more black makeup into the wounds with a brush or a cotton swab and create subtle shadow effects with a sponge. Step 15. Shadow in the creases of your nostrils and the folds surrounding your nose with black makeup. Step 16. Dab red makeup over the wounds and the area surrounding them to give the wounds a bruised look. To help make this look even more bruised, dab in small amounts of purple makeup as shown in the opening segment. Step 17. Use purple makeup to color in your lips and the area just below them. Use a light touch, and remember not to overdo the purple. Step 18. Take some stage blood and begin to apply that in and around the wounds. And step 19, as a final touch, add some hair gel to flatten and grease your hair. And here's the completed Frankenstein monster makeup. Even an